Hey, good morning, happy campers. This is Donna Rose video blog on July the 8th. So today is 7/8/9. This is Donna getting ready to move furniture. I don't have my gloves here, but it's going to be a long day because I'm here to help my son. We chose an apartment for him yesterday, and now it's time to go to the storage bin and be burly and pick up furniture and bring it over. So this is another one of these days that I have not been looking forward to. This whole week is full of obligations that I've kind of dreaded for a long time. But day by day, we worked through them. We got here, we drove the 2,400 miles, and somehow arrived, me and my son and the dogs and the TV and stuff. It all happened. And so then some of the logistics of finding a place to live for him, and that seems to be settled. So one thing after another is falling into place. One thing I do want to talk a little bit about today, though, is really kind of an important concept in my world over these last couple of weeks, especially. But it's something I think is just really important to talk about. And I'll start by saying I've been feeling a significant amount of stress, of pressure lately. I am like a poster child for stress. I can't tell you how difficult some of the things that I've done in my life have been in terms of my transition, my family, my career, just the uncertainties about myself, who I am, where I'm going. There has been no small amount of self-questioning and self-doubt, and therefore anxiety and concern. But I've always been able to manage it. I've always been able to handle it to one degree or another. It's just what you do. As a guy, you don't look outside of yourself for help. You're taught that if you're strong, you can make decisions. You don't have all of these, you don't need other people. And in fact, to ask for help is a sign of weakness. As misguided as that is, that's how a lot of us look at things. And so, stress, pressure, anxiety, there are a lot of words, and they don't all necessarily mean the same thing, but those are all constant friends for many of us in any number of aspects of our lives. I think the problem or the challenge happens when all of these stresses seem to interconnect, and the opportunity to make decisions just becomes cloudy because so much just seems uncertain. And I've been dealing with that, over the last few weeks, and more recently over the last week itself. And so I did a couple of things, and I'm doing a couple of things. One of them is just to shut out noise. There are just so many distractions in life that really kind of take your attention from the problems at hand or the challenges at hand, and pull you in a million different directions and just make things exponentially more challenging. And so it's really important to take active steps to cut out the noise. And so I've done that. And it's been helpful. It really has. Another thing that's important is to really take a look at the things that are in your life causing you these anxieties or these stresses, and recognize which of them are yours and which of them are not. I'm a big believer in energy, that each of us has energies, and that we give energy to people who are low for whatever reason, and hopefully at some point we can take energy from people to help replenish our own supply. And times get difficult when everybody around us seems to need our energy and we can't get any back. Very much I have felt that way recently. I have felt that anybody and everybody in my little circle has been needing my energy, and that includes Elizabeth, that includes my son, that includes a number of friends and of people. And for those of us who are used to giving our energy, we traditionally do it without a second thought. The problem comes when we realize that we don't have any for ourselves, that our energy reserves are low, and there are no places to go where people can give us energy back, which is, again, where I feel that I have been in recent days. And that could be kind of overwhelming. It could be to be that low on energy, to be that low on fuel. So it becomes kind of a spiral of inadequacy, of questions, of what are you going to do and how are you going to do it? But none of us are immune to this. This is certainly not a trans-centric phenomena, but I think it's really important to be able to see it for what it is. So by the time Monday rolled around, I was physically and emotionally just drained. I went to the doctor because I could tell there were physical indications as to what was happening to me. My blood pressure was 150 some over 95. Not good. 6 weeks before it had been 120 over 80. My weight was 15 pounds lighter than it had been 6 weeks before. Again, not solely due to dieting so much as just the pressures that anxiety bring. And so, it's one thing to feel these pressures, but I think it's also important to recognize that they take a toll, a physical toll, on your heart, on your head, on your soul, on your ability just to concentrate and live your life. So I've taken active steps. I've never been in this position ever in my life, needing that kind of support. I went to see my doctor, who has been my doctor for a long time, who I love to death. Dr. Fisher rocks, and we had some very nice talks. I've been using other friends as sounding boards as well, and it has really been a helpful thing to help kind of make decisions about what I'll accept as my own stress and what I'm going to reflect or reject to other people, as painful as this can be sometimes, as their own issues. Because I can't fix it all. I can't help somebody who refuses to help themselves. I can't make the world happy for somebody who has made decisions about their lives that put them in a position where they are inherently unhappy, or that will lead them to a road of prolonged unhappiness. I can't fix that. I can't stop that, but I can't own it either. So this trip has been more about shedding some of that and recognizing some of that, and it's been very helpful in that regard. So little by little, I'm working through the things that I can work through, so that by the time I leave here in a couple of days, I will have achieved fundamentally what I had come to achieve. I will have more clarity in my head, and I think I'll be calmer overall. But just wanted to talk. That's probably a lot of mumbo jumbo to people, but think about those things in your life, about stress and about your energy and about people taking your energy and your need to get it back, and the relationships in your life, whether you have that kind of give and take, because those are really important things. And if you don't have give and take, you need to find other places where you can get that kind of energy. So, this isn't my typical blog. This isn't my typical stuff. How far am I along? Oop, 10 minutes. I better end it now. This is Donna Rose signing off from Scottsdale. Bye-bye.